Good morning, it is Mr. Baumgarten here with a Python video to talk about the turtle. The turtle is a built-in feature of Python that allows us to do simple drawing on screen. And so it's a cool little way of being able to do some simple graphics and just experiment with what we have been learning with the Python language. And so particularly for my students who have been using microbits, this is something else that you could do with Python, and it doesn't require using a microbit. So I've got my Moo editor open on one side of my screen, and on the other side of the screen I've got my website, pbaumgarten.com. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to come down to Learn Python with the Turtle. All right, and I'm going to keep this page open because this is going to give me a summary of all the different commands that are available to me, just to help remind myself what I can use. And I would encourage you to have a similar kind of split screen setup. In Moo, I'm going to go to New, create up a new screen, but you need to open up your mode menu and make sure you're on Python 3 instead of the microbit. So that's an important distinction to make because we're no longer using the microbit for this feature, we're just using Python. And you can see up here on my website, just like we have to with the microbits, we've got a couple of import commands. Because Python is such a big language, it doesn't load the entire catalog all at once. Because if we're not using a feature, there's no point in it using up all space in the computer memory to load it. And so we tell it the different features that we want for whichever program we're using. So with the microbit stuff, we were importing the microbit libraries. For turtles, we're importing the turtle library. And I'm just going to start with a very simple little program here. I'm going to draw a dot, click run. Okay, Moo will ask me to save my program. So this is my third turtle program of the day, so I'm just going to say third turtle. And you can see I've got here a dot, a big dot. If I click stop and change the size of my number, I will get a bigger dot. Very exciting. I can do things like tell my dot to be drawn in a different location. How does the locations on the screen work? It's simply go to, and you see Moo is helpfully coming up with my X and Y, a description of the different features available to me. And go to X, Y. So I give it a set of coordinates, and this works very much like the Cartesian plane that you are used to from mathematics. So if I say go to 100, 100, right, I'm giving it an X position of 100 and a Y position of 100. Where is that going to draw it? It's going to be up in the top left corner. All right, and you can see here there's this little line that's been drawn. If I make the dot just a bit smaller so we can see what's going on, let's just make the dot 20. My turtle started in the center point, and then with the go-to, it drew a line as it jumped to that go-to location 100, 100. I can tell it to not draw by saying lift the pen. All right, so pen up, and then jump to that location, and then put the pen down again, and then draw my dot. And this time we won't get the line. Okay, but you saw it move. We can also change the colors. And here, I'll just point out on the website where all these different commands are. So here was the go-to, and so I'm just giving it the coordinates of where I want it to go to on the screen. We've got forward and backward and circle and dot. So these are all the different things that we can use. And then we've got pen up, pen down. We can set the size of our pen, so that's how thick the line would be when we're drawing. We can ask the turtle for its current coordinates, and here we are. We can set colors. So pen color, yellow for instance, or fill color. So if I say, all right, for the dot, let's say make my pen color blue, and now I run this, I have a blue dot. And you can see there's that little triangle, that's the turtle. But we saw further up that there's a hide turtle command, so I can tell that turtle just to go away and just see its effects. Hide the turtle, and then I don't have that little triangle that's kind of covering up my thing. Okay, and so let's just quickly draw some more stuff. we can see here we've got forwards and backwards, we've got left and right. So I've got my little dot. What happens if I say, let's go forward 100? And if I draw this, all right, so I've jumped to this location, drew my dot, and then I moved forward 100. And now, how about I turn this into a square? So what do I need to do for a square? I need to move forward, and then I need to turn. Let's go down. To turn down, all right, if I drew my line this way, then I'm currently facing this way. So I want to turn right. How much do I need to turn right? I need to turn right 90 degrees, don't I? Oops. So let's say right, 90, and then forward 100. Let's make this a little bit different. Let's change the color for this second line. So let's make this pen color red. And if I click run now, there we go. I got my dot, my blue line. I turned right 90 degrees. I changed my pen to red, and then I drew another 100. And I can keep going like this. So let's make my pen color pink. And then turn right another 90 degrees and go forward another 100. And this time, all right, I've got my blue line, my red line, my pink line, and now we need a yellow line. So we're going to say pen color yellow. Make another right-hand turn, and then let's go forward one more 100, and I should have my square. There we go. How can I fill in my square? I'm glad you asked that question. If we come back down to, where was it? Under the colors section, we've got a begin fill and an end fill. And you see here on my description, tells Python you are starting a shape you want to be filled when it is complete, and then end fill. Tell Python you have finished the shape and to fill it in. And then we also have a fill color. So when I start my square, how about I come up here and say begin fill. And then when I finish my square, I add in the command end fill. Now I haven't specified a fill color, so let's see what it does. It just defaults to black. We don't like the black, so let's change that. Let's make the, all right, and so the command here was fill color. So fill color, let's make this green. There we go. So I've got my green square. All right, and then I can just keep on going with this. I can say, okay, let's lift the pen up and go to, if I want to come over to, let's say, the top left corner of the screen, then that's going to be an x coordinate of about -200, let's say, and a y coordinate of about, let's make that 100. And let's just draw a dot of 50 just to see where we are. There's my big yellow dot. Okay, so just in terms of the coordinates, the center point of your screen is 0, 0. So if I want to go left of that, I'm going to need a -x. If I go right of the center, then I need a +x. Same if I want to go down from that point, I need a -y, and if I want to go up, it's going to be a +y. Okay, so it's just like the Cartesian plane in math. One other little thing I'm going to quickly show you that you can do with this. All right, so I'm going to let you largely experiment and just look at these different commands that are available to you. I imagine you're mostly just going to want to stick to basic movement and drawing, pen control, and then the color commands. All right, that will pretty well get you up and running. But there is one other cool little thing that I will show you, and that's to get it to respond to whenever we click on a certain location. So I'm going to use the command on screen click, and I'm going to just say here clicked. All right, and what this is saying is anytime I've clicked on the screen, look for and run the defined command clicked. So this is like when we, in the microbits, when we said go black, and we had to define our own command called go black. Here we're saying I'm going to define my own command called clicked. So let's just quickly create that. So define clicked, and this has to receive an X and a Y location, and that will tell you, oops, and we need the colon on the end. The X and Y will be the numbers, the coordinates of wherever we clicked on the screen. So I could just put in here, go to wherever that X and Y was, and draw a dot. All right, and you'll see that the mouse will, wherever I click the mouse, we will get the line draw to that location, and then we'll draw a dot of 50. Okay, so we'll get our square, we get our yellow dot. Now, if I click over here, okay, oh, I'm not getting the line, but I am getting the dot. And the reason I'm not getting the line is because my pen was lifted up. I didn't put the pen down. So let's put that in here. Every time I click, let's make sure the pen is down. Run this. All right, and now you'll see I'm getting the line that connects all my dots together. Right, I think that's enough to get you started. All right, feel free to experiment, see what you can create. I look forward to your creations. Grab a screenshot of what your turtle creates, send me through your code, have fun with that, and yeah, please do email me any questions. This is Mr. Baumgarten signing out.